The humidity hit me first, a thick, warm blanket as I stepped out of Nashville International Airport. It felt like a physical presence, so different from the dry, brittle air of my Arizona apartment. I clutched my single suitcase, my knuckles white. This was madness, flying across the country to meet a woman whose voice, until 3 weeks ago, was just a name my mother had spat out like a curse. Aunt Eleanor, my father's sister, the family ghost. Her email had been a shock, a digital missive from a past I'd walled off. Lila, I know this is unexpected. I've thought of you often. Let me make amends for lost time. The ticket is attached. No pleading, just a stark, expensive offer. After the final screaming match with my mother 6 months ago, the one that ended with her declaring I was just like your father's side, curiosity had overruled sense. Or maybe it was just the profound, aching loneliness. The rental car smelled of pine air freshener and old coffee. I programmed the GPS for a town called Cedar Hollow, 2 hours east. As the city sprawl gave way to rolling green hills and dense, shadowy woods, my mind drifted back. I thought about when I was 12, rummaging in the attic. I found a photo album, forbidden and dusty. There was a picture of my father, young and laughing, his arm around a woman with fierce eyes and wild dark hair. My mother snatched it from me. "That's Eleanor," she hissed, tearing the photo in two. "She's trouble. They all were." The pieces fluttered to the floor like ashes. The memory tightened my chest. What trouble? My father died when I was 5. A car accident, a closed casket. His family became a taboo subject, their absence a silent, gaping hole in our home. Cedar Hollow was a postcard of quaintness, but it felt watchful. The main street had antique stores and a diner with a flickering neon sign. My destination was a Victorian house at the end of a winding, tree-canopied lane. It was grand but weary, its gingerbread trim peeling, the garden a beautiful, tangled riot of roses and wisteria. Aunt Eleanor was not what I expected. She was tall and lean, with the same sharp bones as my father, but her eyes held a guarded warmth. She didn't hug me, just grasped my hands, her skin cool and papery. "Lila," she said, her voice a low, melodic Tennessee drawl. "You have his smile." The house was a museum of silence and old things. Over a dinner of savory pot roast, she asked gentle questions about my life, but her own past was a locked door. The suspense was a low hum in my veins. Why now? What did she want? The next day, while she was in the garden, I explored. In the parlor, a locked secretary desk caught my eye. The key, oddly, was in a small porcelain dish beside it. My heart hammered. This was a test, or an invitation. Inside I found letters. Not love letters, but legal correspondence, old and brittle. They mentioned my father, a court case, a custody dispute, and a name I didn't recognize, Maya. I have a flashback to when I was 7, feverish. I mumble for Mama. My mother, wiping my brow, says sharply, "I'm right here." But in my delirium, I have a fleeting sensory memory, a different scent, lavender and wood smoke, a softer voice singing a lullaby I've never consciously known. I shoved the letters back, my breath coming fast. Who was Maya?